So hello guys, welcome back. This is part 5 of our creating GUI app using Python and Tkinter. So this is where we left off. We can see that here's the screen, we can click the buttons and it's updating our transaction details. So let's close that. Then what we need to do is the feature that can modify the transaction in which we can subtract, because right now we can add but we cannot subtract, or we cannot delete an item. So that's what we're gonna do. So first, I need to create another function in this order details widget. So let's do that. Under this post init, let's create a function that is called modify transaction window called self. Within this function, we're gonna create a copy of the orders dictionary because we cannot edit it while referencing to it. Orders.copy. And in here, we're gonna create a new window that will pop up when we click a button. In here, we're gonna reference the self.frame, which is the main frame of this widget. And then we add the title, modify window. The title is edit transaction window. And then here we're gonna call a function called grab set. This will disable the main window. Then the clickable area will only be the new pop-up window, which is the transaction window. Then after that, let's say product list box equals tk.listbox modify window, referencing to the newly created window, and the select mode should be single because we want to select only single item at a time, and then edit it. Width equals 40. Then I'm gonna position this product list box dot grid row equals 0, column equals 0, pad x5, pad y5. Okay, and then here I'm gonna add a column span of 3. We also have to create a button for this modify transaction window. So in the, let's do that in the generate widget. So here in the generate widget, edit transaction equals tk.button self.frame, then the text should be called edit transaction, and then we're gonna call the command equals self that the newly created function, this one, self.modify transaction window. We don't need to invoke it, we just pass the function. The height equals 3. So yeah, height is 3, and then let's place it in our frame. Edit transaction.grid row equals 2, column equals 1, padding x equals 1, padding y equals 4, and then sticky equals northeast. So let's try to view it right now. Edit transaction. So here it's creating a new pop-up, and then we cannot click here anymore. Okay, yeah, because I will create another button here later on. Let's continue creating this modify transaction window so that it's gonna show the orders. Okay, so going back here in the product list box that grid, let's so because we want to subtract, and also we want to add because we're editing transaction, and then I want to add also the confirm, so that will be to overwrite the orders in our so-called database, which is a dictionary. Then we will create here our buttons for subtract, add, and confirm changes in our table. Orders, and then selection equals product list box that curse selection, so what our mouse click. Okay, and if there's no selection equals 0, then we want to show an error. So this is now we will call the show error, which we imported from here. Yeah, message box. Okay, so let's continue. Show error, and then let's add a error message. Selection error. Please select an item to modify. Dot elif selection, if there's a selection, index equals selection 0, because it's gonna, the selection will be a list. So the very first selection 0, then selected item equals product list box get index. So that's the the selection, the first selection. And then key equals selected item dot split, and then 0 dot strip. Okay, and then so this time I'm gonna reference a unit price. So I'm gonna do this later. I'm gonna declare it here first. Unit price equals items unit price. This is not declared yet. And then key, and then orders key quantity equals plus equals 1, add, that's add, and then orders key, then the price equals unit price, referencing to our unit price, multiplied by orders key, and then the quantity. Okay, and then after that, let's create this this variable on the very top. Okay, here in the reference, let's create this items underscore unit price. So here, so that it will be dynamic, I will create a new, so this time we will create a new file here. So in the image data, let's create a new file and then call it unit price.json here. And then here I know what I would like to add. So let's say Kojic avocado, and then the amount is 100, and then Asian glow serum. We're doing this because it is more easier to reference a JSON object with the key and value, and then we're gonna use this for referencing the unit price, which is 160, and then Asian glow toner is 120, and the ultimate set is 288. So here, and then after that we're gonna reference to that file by calling, we imported JSON. So here JSON that loads, we're gonna point it to that file. So I'm gonna call assets, and then data, and then unit price that JSON, and then gonna open it, read text and coding UTF-8. So there are various ways on how you can open or load of a JSON object or JSON file, but I just prefer this one. Okay, so it's gonna load it. So let's go back to where we're editing. So here, so this constant variable, or this variable, is referencing here. And then let's continue. So we have the add item, and then let's create the subtract item. Define subtract item orders, and then I think this is mostly the same, so let's copy this. We will just modify this a little bit. Copy this and then paste it here. So yeah, if, and then we're gonna subtract. And of course we have to here under this one, if orders key. So yeah, because if we subtract 0, it should be it shouldn't be possible. So let's do that here. Let's add the logic message box that show error. And then if quantity is 0, the product will be deleted. Okay, and then else, yeah, we just add a logic there if in case that happened. Add, subtract, and also we have to create a confirm changes. So define here, define confirm changes like that, and then the orders. So we need to reference the global orders or orders. Okay, it's referencing to there. And then for order in orders, order, okay, quantity. So we want to delete if the quantity is 0, remove it from our dictionary. Let's delete orders, order. Then after that, orders, remove this, orders, the global order, okay, equals the orders that we pass, so the edited one. And then after confirming, we want to close the window, modify window that destroy, and then self that create table. We're gonna refresh our window here, orders, and then self that update total amount, same. So that's the power of using functions. We can just call it again and again. Then here we're gonna create a subtract button. tk.button text equals, I want to make it a subtract text like that, and then width equals 4, height equals 1. Because this is gonna be very long, I just put it a new line. A font, I'm gonna change the font to Helvetica, and then font size 20. Then we, same as before, we were gonna pass the function, but we're not gonna invoke it. Yeah, command equals lambda subtract item orders, temp orders, temp orders, temp order, no s, temp order, and temp order. And then we're gonna add the functionality for the add button. So add button, oh, let's place the subtract button first. Subtract button dot grid equals row equals 1, column equals 0, padding x equals 3. And then add button equals tk.button, same. You know what, let's just copy this and then modify it, then change it to add, then add. Then here let's change this to add item grid, change the column, it should be on the 1. And then the confirm change, the confirm button, let's do that. Let's copy this again, okay, and then let's change this to confirm, do that, confirm button, and then let's this is changes, yeah, confirm changes. And then I'm gonna, let's create this. Let's make it the check font for one, and then I'm gonna add the font color, and then let's make it green like that, and then yeah. So let's try to call this edit transaction, and there, we did not fix the, wait, let's fix that first. The add button is not showing. Oh, because we didn't change this. Column 2, yeah, like that. Call this edit transaction. So here, they're showing here the subtract, the add, okay? And let's try, it's not showing here, so we have to update it as well. Okay, let's see. So I need to create another function that will do that. Okay, so I'm gonna put it on the very top of the, okay, here on the top here. Let's say define refresh window. Okay, then selection equals product list box, then curse selection, yeah, and then product list box dot delete 0, and then here, this is the items, item in temp order product list box dot insert dot end item, and then a tab separated by this, and then quantity orders item, and then quantity. Okay, next is if selection product list box selection underscore set selection 0, yeah, what our cursor select, and then at the very bottom of this here, we're gonna call that. Okay, so let's try to run it again, edit transaction, and there we have it. It's showing here, yeah. So let's try to subtract. Okay, yeah, it's not. So let's try to confirm that. Change size during, okay, see, this is what I'm talking about, change size during iteration. So we will fix this. Let's do that. Orders dot copy, yeah, here. Okay, that's why. So let's try to run that again. Goodbye. Let's edit the ultimate set, so it's not updating here, but let's see. So yeah, it's deleting here. So of course, when we're editing, we want to show it real time here as well, so let's do that. So in every bottom, let's call the refresh window, the add item, and here refresh window, subtract item here, refresh window, item. So let's try that. Let's run it again. Edit transaction. There we go. You see, it's updating real time. Okay, and then if we subtract 0, of course the error will show. Okay, let's do that. Let's remove this. Okay, so it's being removed here. Okay, let me see that again. Yeah. So we now have edit transaction, and now I want to create a generate receipt. Okay, we want to do the generate receipt. So let's do that. Let's create another button for that. So again, in the generate widget function, let's create a, wait, let me just check it all. Generate widget, yeah, here. Under the edit transaction, let's create a receipt button. Then tk.button self.frame text equals generate receipt, right, equals 3. and command. I will create a function for this. Self that receipt window, and then I'm gonna place it here. Button that grid, row equals 2, column equals 2, pad x equals 1, pad y equals 4. And then let's create this function in the very top. Okay, again at the very top here under this, let's do that. Define receipt window self, and then if len orders is less than 1, then message box show error, receipt error, nothing to generate, of course, because if there's no item in our table, there's nothing to generate. Okay, let's just call return here. It's gonna return nothing. It's just an exit. We can omit that, but yeah, I just want to put it there. Receipt window, and then under this receipt, no, it should be if, yeah, receipt window equals tk dot top level self dot frame, the frame that we're referencing to, receipt window dot title equals receipt, and then now we're gonna call the grab set again, grab set, so that the previous window is locked, and then we're focused in this one. We add the current date equals date time dot now, and then we add headers equals tk dot label receipt window, so text equals Asian glow skin care current date, and of course we have the background of white. Then headers dot grid, row equals 0, column equals 0, column span equals 3, sticky equals east and west. Okay, receipt window, is that all? The receipt window, yeah, we see we also have to add this pala, self that create table, yeah, because okay, referencing again the orders, and then receipt, then the create table, we need to update it. Headers equals false, the frame, yeah, frame should be the receipt window, like that. So let's go back to self, yeah, receipt equals false, yeah, here. So yeah, and where are we? Receipt equals false, and the create table, we have to add this line at the very bottom. If receipt is true, yeah, grand total equals self dot update total amount, and then the orders, and then total amount equals tk dot label scrollable frame text equals total grand total with a background of white equals 1, and font equals Helvetica, let's say 13 here, and then total amount that grid, we're gonna place it row equals I plus 1, column equals 2. So I plus 1 because there's this variable here, so the last item, then plus 1. Okay, the last number, and then plus 1. Okay, so let's try to run that. Python main.py generate this. Okay, here, okay, we have to update this, but here we're showing the, let me explain this part. So let's go back to the receipt window, Yeah, explain this one by one. This is here, Asian Glow Skincare. That's this. And then the date time, current date. And then the item. Yeah, the create table here. So create tables here. So we're just using it again. And then the grand total is when we call the create table. Let's go back to the create table. And then here it is, we added this if the receipt is true. Okay. Yeah, I think we have to update the scrollable frame. Where's the scrollable frame? Yeah, in here in the scrollable frame, let's add a color equals white. I think it's here. So let's close this one. So okay, let's call it again. Edit transaction, we can edit. Say we subtract and then generate receipt. So see 0. Yeah, that's the voided. I think we should delete it as well. So let's see. Yeah, it should be deleted. Okay, let's fix that before we end. Let's fix that. Okay, global orders. Okay, let's try that. Edit transaction. Okay, generate receipt. Yeah. So yeah, we have to reference the global orders there. So yeah, it's fixed now. We're deleting everything and it's referencing also. Where's that? Yeah, here the global orders. We need to reference there. And yeah, orders equals orders with this because we do it here for the past orders. Yeah, we're gonna overwrite the global orders. Okay, I think that's it for our tutorial. So yeah, edit transaction, subtract, and then generate receipt. Okay, that's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. And we're gonna end this, and maybe after this video I'm gonna create a bonus video for additional info about this project. With that, thank you guys, till next project. Bye.